So today we're going to be looking at precedent as wisdom. So how does the law learn from itself? So I was talking to some of my friends and family about how they would describe the law itself. So some of the common patterns that I found is that law is often described as careful, even conservative at times. But what if we thought of it as differently? What if law is not stuck in the past, but in conversation with it? So today I want to explore precedent as wisdom, not as blind obedience to history, but as the way the legal system remembers, reflects, and, well, improves. So, because at its best, law is not just rulemaking, it's collective learning over time. So, in psychology, memory isn't just about storage. It's about meaning making. So if you think of the long-term memory, we often remember things through semantically, through the meaning of words and the meaning of certain aspects of different concepts. So Freud, who was a famous psychologist, believed memory shapes our identity, not in like a static way, but dynamically. So we revisit, reinterpret, and sometimes correct earlier understandings that we may have had. The law works in much of the same way. So precedent allows courts to learn from past reasonings, avoid repeating errors, and build coherence across generations. This is judicial memory, not as obsession, but as continuity. And continuity matters, because without it, law becomes unpredictable, and unpredictability does erode trust. So why should we feel safer in legal systems that forgot its past every time a new judge took the bench? Well, Aristotle gives us a powerful framework here. He believed wisdom, phronesis, grows from experience. You don't just become just by ignoring the past. You become just by learning from it. So precedent embodies these very ideas. It preserves reasoning, not just outcomes. It allows judges to stand on the shoulders of those before them, and it ensures, like cases are treated alike, a core demand of justice. But crucially, Aristotle never argued for rigidity. Wisdom involves judgment, not automatic repetition. So it guides the judge. It doesn't replace them. So we can also look at legal history to show us learning in action. When courts overturn precedent, it's not law failing, it's law maturing. So think of the move from segregation to equality, for example, or the expansion of human rights, the recognition of women's legal autonomy. Think of maybe the suffragettes incident in 1913 when Emily Davison, was protesting and she jumped in front of the king's horse, or the development of privacy and dignity in the constitutional law. So these shifts happened through precedent, not despite it. And new cases didn't erase history. They responded to it, refined it, and improved it. And from a Marxist perspective, law is often seen as preserving order. But order isn't inherently bad. It protects workers from arbitrary dismissals, secures property and labor rights, and allows people to plan their lives with confidence. So precedent ensures that power, including state power, is constrained by past commitments. And in that sense, precedent can limit domination rather than enable it. But at its best, precedent is not a chain, it's a conversation, as I said. And each generation of judges asks, what did our predecessors try to achieve? What did they miss? And how can we better it while staying fair? So that balance between memory and moral progress is where legal wisdom basically lives. So maybe precedent isn't about obeying the past. Maybe it's about respecting experience while remaining open to growth. And we can actually apply those very principles to our everyday lives. Law remembers so much, and it doesn't have to start from scratch. Law reflects so it doesn't repeat harm, and law evolves because justice demands it. And I'll leave you with this one thought. After listening to all of these different viewpoints, if wisdom is learning over time, isn't precedent one of the law's greatest strengths, not its weaknesses? So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions and leave them in the comments below. And I will be uploading next week's episode very, very soon. Bye-bye.